Alright, so I don't like this hand. I'm gonna get rid of it. This hand's a lot better. No black mana, but I think we're gonna get there. There's always a chance we're not against a deck that even requires Kaya's Wrath. Let's find out. Guildgate. So it's another Guildgate deck. Let's hope it's not a Nexus one. Turn 2 Growth Spiral. It's probably the entire reason they kept the hand. That card is really damn good. Alright, we got the 4th land, and it's a black source. But Kaya's Wrath's probably not going to do much this game. Contempt could exile a... Okay, they just had the nuts. That's kind of crazy. I'm keeping that counterspell then. I will shock myself. But Kaya's Wrath could exile one of those Colossus. Let's hope there's no Reclamation? I don't think every Guildgate deck runs a Reclamation, though. I'm not actually too sure. If they have a Chemisters here, I expect a Reclamation. Because it would just be like that deck. Are they going to copy this? Okay, so it is a Reclamation deck. Looks like they're getting a little bit desperate. It looks like they have something else to copy it with. Maybe a Growth Spiral or something. Well, we'll find out in a second. No, it's a castable card, so it's probably another Growth Spiral. Into a land. Alright, we only have one counter spell, but we do have a Mortify. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'd rather not have that kill us. Actually, maybe going for Mortify was better, so they couldn't just copy my counter spell. Yep, I probably should have just cast Mortify, so let's hope they can't do anything with this mana. I really should have cast Mortify there. That is exactly why I should have cast Mortify. What am I doing? Oh, great, it's a Nexus deck too. Okay. Please don't have anything to do with your mana. Awesome. Alright. Let's kill the hell out of this right now. And pass. Hope to draw land. Opponent swung violently fast. That was kind of crazy. Let's hope there's no copy here. Although I don't think they might not want to copy this. Spell Pierce. Really? What the hell? Okay, sure. No, their hand is just nothing. Alright. I guess them gaining life is better than doing anything else. There's a land. I think we want the land. Let's hope they don't just, like, chain a bunch of Nexus together off the top and kill us. That'd be hilarious. That is not the case. Alright. So in this spot, I think I'd rather Sorcery Speed answer this. I think that's a bit better than casting Contempt. I'd rather try to answer their, keep the Contempt around for, I don't know, maybe something that's scarier. Somehow just got out of this. It's looking pretty sketchy. I am not going to take off Counterspell for this Escanta. That can wait. There's a Nexus cycle. I like my whole hand. I like my whole hand. Ooh, alright, so we can name their win condition, which is obviously Nexus of Fate. This is why we have the main deck Unmoored Ego, so we don't lose to this. I'd prefer this over Karn. They still have ways to win, though. No hard counters. But Krasis and Expansion Explosion. How many Krasis? I wish it would stop freezing when I'm... 1, 2... 3 Krasis left. How many explosions? 1, 2... 2 explosions, 3 Krasis. Looks like they top decked a Krasis. That's kind of annoying. Oh, great. Well, I guess I'm counter... Well, I could just kill it. Right. Yeah, save the counter spells for expansion explosion and stuff. Use spot removal for these Krasis. I think that's a bit better. Perfect. Perfecto. Let's run this out, because Mortify at least hits... let's use the black mechanism. Mortify hits Wilderness Reclamation, which turns Explosion into another crazy lethal threat that I feel obligated to answer. It is lethal in the end step, so I don't think I even want to tap out. I don't want to just die to a explosion and I just had the mana and I just didn't like defend myself. Yuki. If they like value explosion and they don't go for a lethal one, I'm probably not going to do anything about it. Okay, they got all the mana ever. That's funny. Let's dig for counter magic into fairies and stuff. I guess that's decent. There's Teferi. Let's see what's going on. Uh-oh. Looks like I should have cast Teferi first. Looks like expansion copy. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I should have cast Teferi first then. They're going to take Teferi. So it looks like they actually still got the counterspell even though it wasn't a threatening explode. No, you know what? I don't need this Teferi. Let them discard Teferi. Just keep the counterspell around. They could just take the counterspell and ignore it. No, they snap that off real quick. There's another Teferi on the top. Alright. Can't cast it this turn. I don't want to take off the counter magic. But I think I did that a bit backwards, so we would have a Teferi in play, but that means we would actually still have to do something about that explosion, because it would still have something to target. Did they really draw another Krasis? Oh my god. My opponent's top decking like crazy. Do I even want to counter this? It's a 12-12. I guess so. No, let's just... They don't have any hard counters. Let's just use this Mortify. They deliberately left up 3 mana. Not sure why. There's only like 1 Spell Pierce left, so they can't like triple Spell Pierce this Mortify. And we get to keep this Absorb in hand still. Also get to use Escanta. They obviously can't copy this. Sure. So there's like 1 explosion left, I think. 1 expansion explosion. I think there was only 3 in the whole list. Yeah, there's 3 in the graveyard, so... Yeah, I think that was all they had. Let's do this. We get to safely resolve Teferi. Ooh, that Mortify could be good though, but... I think this is better. I think this is way better. There's almost too much we have to deal with though. So this could be a problem. Like I have to answer so much from our opponent. And they keep top decking Krasis like crazy, so... Guild Summit? They pretty much have their whole deck to themselves already, so I don't really care about this. Like, go to town. They obviously can't max it out because they'll run out of cards. So it looks like our opponent's on the... have a few more turns plan. Yep. This isn't a May ability either, so... They gotta keep doing it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They have no... I'm gonna counter this. Yes. We're dead to a second one, but they can't counter back. Okay. Let's hope there's not a second one, or we just straight up lose. Because we don't have negate. This draws 2 cards, and it thins out 2 lands, if there's 2 lands left. There was only 1 land left. Alright, so they go on to 7. So we're scared of... This is why I should have paid more attention to see how many expansion explosions they had. I'm pretty sure they only had 3. So... Oh my god. Pass. They have more wilderness reclamations. They didn't cast a second one right there, which is interesting. Yeah. They got like 3 more turns or so. Teferi Ultimate doesn't like do anything here. Guilds, okay. I don't think they're going to draw any cards with this. So that's a strange one to see. They're tapping exactly 5. They are? That's wicked funny. Reclamation. So, looks like they're trying to kill us with 1 more expansion explosion? I think? Alright, well, if you got me, you got me. Can play around as Spell Pierce here. You can't copy this counterspell. Alright, that's game? Let's not make any mistakes here. I don't want to die out of nowhere. Let's see if there was another expansion explosion. I mean, they have to do something about this. They probably just scooped to it though. Yep. I don't think they had another expansion explosion. Because I think they had another wilderness reclamation, but they didn't go for a kill there. Interesting. Alright, so Thief of Sanity, Unmoored Ego. Take out Cryocanarium. Take out probably Contempt. Some Kaya's Wraths. Bring in Negate. So if they have a Carnage Tyrant, I would want a Kaya's Wrath, but we don't know if they do or not. Could be a reason to just 1 Wrath over a cast down. I think that's reasonable. Cast down really just answers the back half of a Krasis. It's not the it's not the best. Again, this is another spot where I might want Lyra or Kaya just to like gain a bunch of life so I don't die out of nowhere. Especially if they have Search for Escanta. Kaya's not the worst. Let's run Kaya over a cast down. Let's give Kaya a shot. I like never play the card outside of mono red. Or I guess mono blue. It's good against mono blue too. Mid-Timidist. Alright, so we don't have a discard spell to go with the Thief. But if this Thief resolves, the only thing that can really answer it at that point is Crushing Canopy, or, well, if it resolved, it wouldn't be a counterspell. So, they have Spell Pierce, probably Negate from the side. Could just play into Spell Pierce here. It's not the worst. Yeah, let's see if they have a Spell Pierce. They have more than 1 Spell Pierce, too. They do have a Spell Pierce. Okay. I'd rather that get Spell Pierced over my Mortifies and Absorbs. I think those are really important. Also, I think I'm just going to Mortify the hell out of that right now. No, I think it's... No, let's give them a... It's only 1 card. It's only 1 card. If it's a Guild Gate, which means there's 3 mana, and I don't think anything on 3 kills this Thief other than Crushing Canopy, so I think it's totally worth it to let that resolve and just start beating away. I guess a Growth Spiral. I don't care about Krasis for myself. Let's take a Growth Spiral. Let's run this out. Let's see what happens. How they copy it, that's funny. Didn't expect that. Alright. Could have shocked myself to leave up Mortify, but I think the damage is done. Getting rid of this now, it might be a little too late. We'll find out. What's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? What is this? Krasis leaving up 2 mana? What the hell? Alright, well. Looks like they have a something they want to cast. A negate, maybe? Looks like a... What is this? Negate? Okay. Alright, well I'm gonna just mortify this. Or rather, let me just Teferi minus. Because it gets rid of it completely. Like I can even steal it now if I want. Well, it's the only thing to take, so... Let's hope there's no wilderness reclamation into a massive explosion. I suppose. That's not a gate. There's always a chance they don't draw off this, and they haven't the past 2 turns. It's another reason to not care about it. They gotta answer this thief, so... The only thing that does that is explosion, you know. Gotta do something. Let's draw...
No time for a break.
Alright, now I think I will kill this, because they do still have Circuitous Route. Although Reclamation's a problem, and I don't have an answer to it. Let's just... yeah. I don't want to use my answer on something that's gonna sometimes draw a card, maybe. I don't want to do that. Let's just pass. I only have 1 black source? Damn. They're in Nexus territory as well, which is a problem. Okay, well, I will kill that. They can't copy this. Looks like they changed game plans or something. This is weird. Like they turned off the Nexus thing and went into a different direction.
Let's skip to the good part.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Krasis for 4? Or, I'm sorry, 6. Doesn't block this ram, but it draws us a lot of cards. I don't do that. They can't counter this, unless they have Disdainful Stroke. But I kind of doubt that. I expect just more negates or something. Obviously, this is an insane thing to have in Esper. Access to Krasis. Didn't draw a negate, though. That's really all we were hoping for. Just didn't get it. So let's hope they actually did take out Nexus. That'd be nice. Get rid of the Chemisters. They do have Crushing Canopy. I fully expected to lose this Teferi. That was just gonna happen here. Really hoping they took out Nexus, and I'm under the impression they did. Or they just have like 1 left. Alright. So we do want Kaya's Wrath. Kinda wish I had a Kaya's Wrath, just don't. Let's Thought Eraser, because they draw a card and then we get to see what that card was. Circuitous Route. Alright, that's a really good one to get rid of. Because it draws like 3 off the Guild Summit Niv-Nexus. Could do it again. Let's just leave up mana. Really need this to flip and then find... I'm not even sure what's left in my deck that answers what's on the board. Because took out a cast down. Definitely going to bring in some Kaya's Wrath though. Even if they transformed back to what they were doing, I'd rather be more safe against this nonsense. So this, I played this deck before, but mine had black in it, where like I juked my opponent out with a completely transformational sideboard. Well, I kind of have to draw cards here. Oh my god, we found Kaya's Wrath. Okay, we go down to 4? And they also need to not have a counterspell. Yeah. They don't. Alright, so do we run out to Fairy? If we do, we have to shock ourselves to leave up counter magic. I don't think that's worth it. I'd rather... Oh, I don't have a black source either for this Thought Eraser. To 2 we go, because I am casting this. Another Niv-Nexus. Thank God I cast that. That would have just straight up killed us. Alright. Let's counter probably the Goat, because... Well, they're both just massive. It doesn't really matter which one I counter. Let's hope they just do a giant Krasis into some small thing next turn, and I can use both these counter spells. I do have a Teferi minus as well. Oh boy. Well, looks like they are going to draw a bunch of cards. I'll let them dig for a counter spell before I cast this, because I'd rather them counter this than use this Goat this turn. Yep. It doesn't mean I have to, like, minus a Krasis, which is obviously terrible, but can't not do that. Oh, they have a Spell Pierce still? Ooh. Well, we can still pay for it. We can still pay for it. Looks like they thought about it. I doubt it's a shock. I mean, we would have been dead a while ago. Let's play this tapped and pace. Yeah, it's every month. Yes, sir. Another Krasis. That's really bad. Alright, well, gonna counter it. Still play around Spell Pierce. I won't let them draw into a negate if they don't have one already. This does mean they get a lethal ram and I have to answer it immediately. But we got plenty of stuff in the deck. Pretty sure they're going to snap off this ram. You don't want to pass and do nothing. There you go. Fortunately, we know about the negate. I mean, Spell Pierce. Discards something. Oh, great. That doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything. Let's dig deeper. I need to find an answer, like, right now. 1, 2, 3. Still have a chance to find an answer. I think it has to be the one cast down. Let's get rid of Thief. That doesn't do anything. Alright, that actually doesn't do it. Doesn't play around Spell Pierce. We know they have a Spell Pierce. Like it's no secret. There's nothing I can do about this Goat. So we're dead. Alright, let's just cast this and figure out what's going on in our opponent's deck. Or they can just, well, Spell Pierce this. So I guess I can't. Alright, so no Nexus though. I'm also very stupid because I forgot about the Teferi on tap. And they actually did Spell Pierce that. So I could have just Teferi untapped and mortified that. But there was still no guarantee we were going to win. But I just kind of punted there. Whoops. I'm going to bring in some more Kaya's Wraths and Contempts. Take out... Kaya didn't seem too good there. Let's take Kaya back out. I think Negate's still reasonable. I kind of expect them to transform back into a Nexus thing, so kind of want answers. I'm going to take out a Thief, though. If they're not a Nexus thing, kind of want this Thief to just be something else. Yeah, something like that. I'm not going to change too much. I can't believe I just punted, though. I had the mana to kill their thing, and I just, like, didn't do it. Hell no. Hell yeah. No black mana, and they're tapped, so no turn 2 play. But we get a Scry. There it is. Let's hope there's no Spell Pierce again. Turn... Okay, there isn't. So we get to snap off this thing. Probably Unmoored Ego naming Krasis, because I think that's the one card that will like never come out of my opponent's deck. Let's hope there's no Spell Pierce again. Alright. Krasis. I could just name Nexus, but rather name Krasis. Expansion Explosion, Guild Summit, blah blah blah. Krasis, Krasis, Krasis. Alright, so what do they have to win the game? Niv-Mizzet, Ram, Expansion Explosion. There's only one Nexus. I'm still going to name Nexus. It's a back-breaking card. Could just name Niv-Mizzet, though. That's another problem. Expansion Explosion. Okay. They don't have an answer to the second Unmoored Ego, so... Yeah, I'm gonna name... If they name Teferi, I don't really care. I'm gonna name... Probably Niv-Mizzet? Almost diamond already? Nice. Oh, you mean me, yeah. Well, I mean, all it takes is like 3 losses in a row. Let's name... either Gatebreaker, Ram... I already named Krasis. That Nexus is going to be a problem, though. Niv-Mizzet is going to be a problem, too. Expansion Explosion or Gatebreaker Ram? I'm going to name Gatebreaker Ram. I don't even know how to spell it, so... There it is. They actually had one in hand, so look at that. So now their win condition is Explosion, Niv-Mizzet, Explosion, Explosion, Niv-Mizzet. Alright, so it's 2 Niv-Mizzets, 2 Explosions. No, 3 Explosions, 2 Niv-Mizzets. Okay, sure, whatever. They're gonna draw like their whole deck by the time we get to do anything. Do I want that counter spell? I guess? Yeah, let's keep the counter spell. We just have to not die to crazy nonsense. If they want to draw like their whole deck, so be it. Which it looks like they're about to. We can win without Teferi, obviously. Though it would have been nice to have Teferi. Just don't have it. I wonder if they'll cast the 3rd Guild Summit. They gotta be careful. That's a lot of cards a turn. Like a lot. I do have a Nexus, but they gotta be able to, like, use it for something. I'm gonna discard probably the Search for Escanta. They don't have Crushing Canopy mana right now. Mortify is good against Reclamation. Let's shock ourselves and pass. I want to leave up Double Absorb. I kind of need this Escanta, I think. I also think it's just worth, like, fighting over it, so let's do that. I can't really counter Niv-Mizzet, so I'd rather just fight over this. If they're going to waste... Oh, they have Negate still, actually. They actually do this. Alright, so they're using their Expansion Explosions to counter this. That's interesting. Okay. They really don't want me to have Escanta. Wow, they use their expansions to counter these absorbs. Okay, so that's just one less thing I gotta worry about. I mean, the explosion would have to be kind of sketchy, because they obviously don't want to run out of cards. They're crushing canopies, so they just got rid of a ton of answers to Thief of Sanity. Although, I mean, they still have Niv-Mizzet in their deck somewhere. And instantly resolving it means they probably just kill the Thief. No questions asked. I think it's empirically likely they found a Niv-Mizzet by now. There's always a chance I steal the Nexus. That'd be hilarious. Okay. Yep. That's all the explosions in their deck. It's just Niv-Mizzet now. No negate in hand. Another counterspell, sure. There's 2 Niv-Mizzets though. I don't really have an answer to like... Ugh, I don't know. It's gonna be difficult. Obviously, I'm gonna kill it before they draw off the lands here, or try to. Oh, they top decked a negate. Okay, let's not die to that. There's still a second Niv-Mizzet. Opponent has all the cards ever. So this is going to be really, really hard. We have nothing. They might just get to use that one Nexus and loop it with that Niv-Mizzet and kill us. That's interesting. Looks like they're digging for that one Nexus or something. Cast the Nexus, then kill us with Niv-Mizzet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Probably don't get another turn. Looks like they did not need those, whatchamacallit. Wait, what? They gotta be careful. They don't want to deck out. They ran out of cards. Wait, what? They can't win, though, because they can't cast Niv-Mizzet and kill us with it. At least I don't think they can. Unless I'm missing something. Okay. They can't cast Nexus, they'll just die. Oh no! Opponent! No! I think they didn't realize the Niv-Mizzet was a must, because they could have just cast, oop, my bad, the Niv-Mizzet earlier and still would have been fine. Oof. I guess it's a good thing we didn't name the Niv-Mizzet, huh? I'm sorry, the Nexus. It ended up saving us. Wow, that was a really fun game. I like that. I like my opponent's deck. That was cool.